really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use Fortnite.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, Jackson. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Jackson now. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Well, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
And now his first throw of the night is hauled in. That's complete. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
As this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Walker with another carry.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jamison Williams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Jackson. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Jackson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Gregory Rousseau. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
After the sack on first down, Jackson left side to Lamb. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Bass is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up 1st downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He's got Bellinger.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
That's complete to Traylon Burks.
A gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Working with a 2nd and 3. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Now he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And out now come the Eagles.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Jackson from the shotgun. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Up the middle with Eckler. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now it's Jackson.
Open man, he's got Camp complete.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The fullback dive held up short. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
2nd and 9 now.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
Fielded just inside the 20.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes, and the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And here now come the Falcons. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
And a completion to Wilson.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
On second down, it's Walker.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Jalen Waddle.
A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wilson's got it complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and 4. Going right back to Wilson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They're going to look to throw.
Throwing quickly to Wilson.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. Touchdown.
James Cook.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was James Cook finishing things off with a touchdown catch. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed, or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Throwing is Jackson. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson.
Able to find Gray here. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8.
The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles get a bit closer.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is down to 28-10. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on the last drive, his third already in this first half, as he'll try again with a first down.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons.
Jamison Williams.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
From the 27, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Jackson. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. .35 yards that time on the punt.
And it will be Falcon football.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's caught. Left side, it's Burks.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Caught by Wilson.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Jackson on 1st down. Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. From the 41, Jackson. Forced out to his left. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up this weekend in the NFL. Some very intriguing games in that early window, highlighted by the one going on at the Superdome. A big test for the Saints as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In the late afternoon games, all eyes will be on Las Vegas. A glitzy matchup there, where it'll be the Raiders taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And finally, a good one scheduled for Sunday Night Football between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And our statisticians gone through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Falcons ready to go back to work to start the 3rd quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD. And now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, if they score here, this one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll find Jones again, complete.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Here's Jackson to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Young.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out, and as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now it's Jackson. It's caught. Smith. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Falcons ready to take over. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, And now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down to the 28-yard line. On pickup of 2 yards. First down.
Back to Walker on first down. Oh, he shifts past him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They'll try the middle with Cook. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Come on, come on. Hey. Let's go. Ready.
Now a draw play. It's Walker. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Walker. will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
McPherson on for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And he wisely will throw that one away. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
This one finds Wilson downfield. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Daniel Bellinger.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Eagles 10.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
Ball start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
They go play action with Jackson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. They go play action now. Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Young. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Jackson on 1st down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Jackson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Tyler Bass on for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And they will remain well behind.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. He's been a load for them to handle defensively. I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
a gain of 4 yards. And the Eagles first down.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And this is going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith.
Jackson's pass complete to Johnny Smith. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage down here was really good. That one incomplete.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a first down as well.
Another great throw there, and we talked about him when he broke the single-season record. But that last completion, CD, that puts him over 6,000 yards passing on the season. Just unheard of.
Brandon, there was a time not long ago when 3,000 yards was the gold standard for quarterbacks. He's doubled that. If more people come along like him and hit that type of a number, if you throw for 3,000 yards, you're in danger of losing your job.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 2.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Straight ahead, Walker.
Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the Eagles.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
And Walker once more.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
108 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Eagles have recovered. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Going with their tight end on 4th. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
At the 4-yard line.
Cook.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Stop short of the goal line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Ken Walker, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And out now come the Eagles.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37. Now it's Jackson. And that's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And that is no good. And they will remain well behind. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
124 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Delay of game, offense.
Oh, no.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
And going right back to Walker.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15 at their 48-yard line.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still second down.
On the give, it's Walker.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Atlanta,
they moved to a sparkling 15-1 with one game still to go in the regular season.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia,
it's a tough loss. It drops them to 9-7 now on the year.
And they will look to turn it around next time out.